Welcome friends, today we're going to talk about the latest news on FC Barcelona. After the 4-4 draw between Barça and Atletico Madrid, all the information and transfers of the club in the last few hours. Hey everyone, I hope you're doing well. We're back with a new video on your channel, Barça Spotlight. Thank you to everyone who has already subscribed and everyone who is subscribing to our channel. If you like the content, don't hesitate to share it with your friends and family. Thanks for all the likes. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you'll know when there's a new video online. Leave us a comment, we'll be happy to reply. Share the channel if you like the content. So without further ado, let's go. That was a great game. No one gave up. Barça didn't roll over at 0-2 and Atletico didn't quit at 4-2. The Blaugrana's comeback after being dominated in the first 5 minutes was impressive, and the Rojiblancos' push in the final moments was sensational, just like in the Liga game. We weren't expecting a carbon copy, but it felt like one. Atletico played a mirror image game. They pushed hard in the first and final minutes. Barça played a game of constant overcoming, with 3 players standing above the rest. Lamine, Pedri and Jong for Barça, and for Atletico, with 2 high-performing forwards like Julian Alvarez. They play well, and we do what we have to do. And Sorloth. Barca's first half was extraordinary. Even after the first 5 minutes, Simeone played from the start, and the Blaugrana team didn't give up. They turned things around with 3 goals, none from a forward, 2 from the central defenders, and 1 from the midfield leader. The Colchoneros were surprised by the Blaugrana reaction, which dominated the game and the atmosphere at Montjuic in the last 40 minutes of a first half in which they won both on the field and mentally, imposing themselves with the authority of a team capable of intimidating. It was also a wild game for the fans with 8 goals, although very different for the coaches who arrived at halftime angry and with many messages for improvement. After halftime, Atletico didn't back down, while Barça had already pretty much won the game, kind of easily. 2 goals ahead, Simeone's men went into danger mode, and the Atletico coach brought in Correa and Sorloth, 2 players who caused problems in the final minutes and in the final stretches of the field. Barça needs to finish games when they have the score under control. They're able to react really well and brilliantly when they're behind, but it's harder for them to hold on when they have a clear advantage. But it was a great game between 2 great teams that left everything open for the second leg at the Metropolitano, where anything can happen. After doing the hardest part, which was coming back from 0-2 against Atletico de Madrid and taking a 4-2 lead on the scoreboard, FC Barcelona found itself facing one of its nemesis only to end up with a draw in a match that could end up complicating its path to the Copa del Rey final. Already in added time, in the 93rd minute, Barça once again ran into the Sorloth curse. The Atletico striker scored the final 4-4 goal that leaves everything open for the second leg at the Metropolitano on Wednesday, April 2nd. This wasn't the first time the Norwegian left Barça fans speechless with one of his goals. A few months ago, during Barca's last match of 2024, coinciding with the league match, Sorloth also managed to score in added time, and in that instance, giving his team the victory to then dethrone Barça from the top of La Liga. However, Barca's curse with Sorloth goes beyond Atletico de Madrid. In total, the Norwegian international has scored 5 goals in his last 5 games against the Blaugrana team and with 3 different teams, in addition to his 2 goals with Atletico, 1 in La Liga and 1 in the Copa del Rey on Tuesday. Sorloth has also managed to score against Barça while wearing the jerseys of Villarreal and Real Sociedad. With Atletico Madrid, he also managed to snag a win during his visit to Montjuic during the 2023-2024 season, scoring the final goal, making it 3-5 in overtime. They've only lost 1 of their 5 matches against Barça, and that was at La Ceramica Stadium, where they lost 3-4, despite scoring a goal in the 40th minute to tie the game at 2-2. During his last season with Real Sociedad, 2022-23, Sorloth also managed to snag a win against Barcelona, this time at Camp Nou, and found the back of the net against Ter Stegen in the 72nd minute, when he scored the 0-2, despite Lewandowski closing the gap to make it 1-2 in the 90th minute. So, In his last 5 games against Barca, 4 in La Liga and 1 in the Copa del Rey, Sorloth has scored 5 goals and brought home 3 wins in La Liga, 1 with Real, 1 with Villarreal and 1 with Atletico, and a draw in the Cup, yesterday's at Montjuic, which could bring Atletico closer to the final. The stats confirm it. Pedri is much more than a playmaker. The Canary Islands midfielder not only led the team and set the pace of the game until he was substituted, but he also, once again, worked harder than anyone else on defense. Pedri Gonzalez put on another show against Atletico de Madrid in the first leg of the Copa del Rey semi-final and has already established himself as a player who is much more than just a playmaker. The Canary Islander, with a physique that allowed him to expend energy during the 85 minutes that Flick kept him on the field, was a versatile player. Like in Seville or at Las Palmas, where he was the best, Pedri was once again the Barca player who shined the brightest on the field. The Canary Islander, one of the team's captains, acted like a leader, on and off the field, where he was also self-critical of the draw obtained after the team managed to come back from 2-0 down to make it 4-2 on the scoreboard before the final 4-4 in the last 5 minutes. It's not the worst result, but when you're leading 4-2, I think it's tough to draw. This happened to us in La Liga. We lost in the last minutes, and we're doing it again. We have to learn from these things, especially keeping possession of the ball, not pushing the line too high, for example. These are things we have to learn, but there's still the second leg, and I'm sure we'll go all out, he declared on TVE after the match. Before Flick decided to give him a little break in the 85th minute, thinking that Pedri had already given his all and that the team wouldn't notice the absence of its guiding light, the Tegues native had given everything. Not only did he masterfully conduct the team's play, providing the necessary pauses to avoid rushing when Barca was behind on the scoreboard, but he also emptied the tank on defense, proving once again that this Pedri is a new Pedri. He led the team in recoveries, just like back in his Las Palmas days, this time with 13, beating out his teammate Jong, who also shined, recovering 8 balls. Besides starting the comeback by scoring the second goal after a superb assist from Koundé, Pedri also won the most tackles for Barca, 5, ahead of De Jong and Cubarsí, with 2. Frenkie de Jong, who started in Barca's epic 4-all draw against Atletico in the first leg of the Kings Cup semi-final, was left with mixed feelings about how the match ended and also how it began. The Dutchman, however, ended up being influential in a big game. Up until now, he had been a substitute against Bayern, 29 minutes, Dortmund, 19 minutes, and Benfica, 28 minutes in the Champions League, Real Madrid, 45 minutes, and Atletico, 0 minutes in La Liga and Athletic, 17 minutes, and Real Madrid, 0 minutes in the Super Cup. The Barca midfielder, who played alongside Pedri as a pivot, said that Barca played a great game in all aspects and for almost the entire time, except for the first 10 and the last 10 minutes. We can be satisfied with how we played for 75 minutes. Like the rest of the team, De Jong wasn't very aggressive at the start, but he steadily got better at managing the game. He passed the test of a big celebration. He was aware of every play and resolved urgent defensive situations. He completed the most passes, 99, ahead of Cubarsí with 98 and Inigo Martinez with 86, according to Opta. Lewandowski ties his record as a Barca player and is on track to have his best season yet with Bayern, FC Barcelona. He has already scored the 33 goals he scored in his first season with Barca, with an average of 1 goal every 85 minutes. During the 2022 to 2023 season, he scored a goal every 120 minutes, and last season, every 146 minutes. Statistically, if he keeps up this pace, not counting a possible Champions League qualification and a hypothetical cup final, he would end up with 49 goals in May. After 36 matches this season, he's played a total of 2,812 minutes, which is 988 fewer minutes than last season and 1,141 fewer minutes than his first season. As a result, his current goal average is much higher than his previous 2 years at Barca. He currently scores a goal every 96.35 minutes in La Liga, every 71 minutes in the Champions League, every 28 minutes in the Cup, and every 168 minutes in the Super Cup, giving him an average of a goal every 85 minutes across all competitions. His goal average last season was a goal every 146 minutes, while during the 2022 to 2023 season, he scored a goal every 120 minutes. If he keeps this up and keeps his current goal per minute average, Lewandowski would score 12 more goals in the remaining 13 league matches, assuming he plays every minute left in the competition. La Liga matches are guaranteed, unlike the Champions League, where playing more matches depends on getting past the round of 16. But if we follow the stats and only consider the round of 16, Louis would also score 2 more goals in the Champions League, in the first and second leg against Benfica, and 2 more in the Cup. He would finish the season with 49 goals. On his way to his Bayern record. These numbers, based on statistics and not on actual games, seem hard to reach, especially considering that we only took data up to the round of 16 of the Champions League. But the truth is that Lewandowski's season as a goal scorer has been excellent. If he keeps this up, he could get close to the 55 goals he scored during the 2019-2020 season with Bayern, where he averaged a goal every 75 minutes in all competitions. Barca and Betis have an agreement to finalize Vitor Roque's sale to PALMEIRAS. The Catalan club is offering 30% of Abde's transfer fee to Betis to release the Brazilian striker. The deal has to be done by Thursday, so the forward can sign with PALMEIRAS because the transfer window in Brazil closes on Friday. FC Barcelona reached an agreement in principle with Real Betis on Thursday, so that Betis would end Vitor Roque's loan and the Brazilian forward could be transferred to PALMEIRAS. A few days ago, Barcelona agreed to the transfer terms with PALMEIRAS. The deal will be finalized at 25 million euros for 80% of the transfer, plus some additional payments. However, some details still need to be worked out before the deal can be completed. This deal had to overcome many obstacles. Real Betis, as compensation for ending Vitor Roque's loan early and allowing FC Barcelona to transfer him to PALMEIRAS, will receive an additional 30% of Easy Abde's transfer fee. They already own 50%, and the remaining 50% is held by the Barcelona club. Betis signed Abde in the final hours of the 2023 summer transfer window. They paid 7.5 million euros to FC Barcelona for 50% of the transfer because the Moroccan international was valued at 15 million euros, a value he currently maintains in the market, according to Transfermarkt. This 30% represents about 4.5 million euros, although it will depend on the player's future transfer and the transfer amount. Thanks for watching. Thanks also to those who will take 2 seconds to like and comment to boost the video. It helps the channel a lot. Don't hesitate to subscribe and turn on notifications if you haven't already. Thanks again, take care and see you soon for a new video.